I am super excited about our next guests. They are our very first digital discussion sponsors. Now, Inspirations Assisted Living and Memory Care made it super easy because they've got a commitment to some really creative projects, and one that I love is animals in their assisted living residence.
We're in Linthicum right now. We have 3 locations, 80 units. We consist of 5 small 16-unit buildings on 3 locations, Westminster, Lutherville, and Linthicum. And we try to bring people new purpose and see what lights them up and brings them joy. And animals are a big part of that. They're one of the things we brought with us after being consultants for 30 years, using best practices. So we'd love to introduce you to our little chicken here.
Oh, so cute. How old?
This guy's about 4 weeks old. They grow really quickly, as you can see from when they're little chicks with the yellow feathers, and they shed those. And this guy's getting into almost adolescent age, about 5 or 6 weeks, and they're full grown by about 12 to 16 weeks.
Oh, amazing. What are some of the other animals that you have in your communities?
We have alpacas, we have goats, we have some saltwater and freshwater aquariums, we have aviaries with various colored finches, and we're always adding more. So
great.
It's quite fun with residents. They love it.
This is
Here's
amazing.
the mother and her chicks.
Oh, wow. Look at that. Oh, so cool. I mean, this is, yeah, your name is very fitting because you're an inspiration to all of us to think creatively about how we can make our senior living settings more unique and innovative. Hats off to you guys.
There's so much that can be done. We're happy to share what we've learned. We've seen in my 30 years of consulting, we've seen thousands of buildings. So we've seen maybe 5 or 10% that were really hitting the target of what could be done. So very few, but we're taking those with us and created our own platform to bring those best practices to residents.
I love it. We'll look forward to seeing you next week and meeting the alpaca.
Okay, thank you.
Sounds good.
Thanks, Margaret, for joining. Thank you.
Oh, my.
All right. This is Ben and Casey with Inspirations Memory Care and Assisted Living, and talk about a truly pioneering
Hey guys.
assisted living community. Tell us what we're looking at here, Ben and Casey.
We have our 4 alpacas. People like to call them llamas, but they're really alpacas. It's the darker one is espresso, and then macchiato, caramel macchiato, and frappuccino. And Ben is feeding them right now. And we also have Fran feeding them, and Wendy, and our director Christina's here.
And that's your community right there in the background, correct?
Yeah, that's our community. There's people on the porch right now.
You've got 3 locations.
Yes, Linthicum, Westminster, and Lutherville.
And where are you right now?
We're in Westminster, and I'll do a
Okay.
360.
Okay.
We have a run-in shed behind us, and then a front pasture where we have some other friends that you'll meet next week. It's laid out as a small little farm.
Just give the brief overview of how the 2 of you got into creating such innovative assisted livings.
We helped others for 30 years, and we connected at an event, and Ben joined me about 15 years ago, and we continued to do a consulting, helping others to do this. And from what we've learned, we're using best practices, which is really only 5 or 10% of what we've seen. We've seen thousands across the country, all over the country, Puerto Rico, California, the entire United States. So we're using a little bit of what we saw, and we try to give people new purpose. And we use creativity to help uncover what brings them energy, light, and joy.
Awesome.
So we measure that success by laughter. So animals are very much a part of that.
I love it. Well, guys, again, thanks for being our September sponsor. And you guys are on the porch of your Westminster property, correct?
Yep, we're here on our porch in Westminster. It overlooks the animal pasture where you saw us last week.
And it's right now it's just absolutely beautiful out here. Great weather today. But thank you, Steve, so much for allowing us to share about what we do. You know, we're very blessed and fortunate to be able to work with residents each day and to share animals with them, share music with them, and just share love with residents.
And I, well, first off, where are your three? You've got three communities. Tell people where those are. What towns are they in?
Sure. So we have one in Westminster, Maryland, one in Lutherville, Maryland, and one in Linthicum, Maryland.
And
all in the Baltimore area.
Yep. And I'm just gonna, for those who haven't heard Ben and Casey's story, just kind of tell us your quick story again. What got you into this field and owning these three properties?
Sure. So we both have experience in consulting, a background in consulting and senior living, combined almost 50 years of experience. And we visited hundreds of communities around the United States and Puerto Rico. And through visiting those communities, we saw there was a lot of need for something better, something more engaging, something that just can give some more life to, especially in memory care for those suffering from dementia and Alzheimer's. And so we kind of brought that to life. It took a little while, but about 6 years ago, we started here in Westminster, and it's really been fantastic. Our mission, that we set out was purpose, joy, and laughter were the three things we went after. You know, we each need a purpose, and that doesn't go away as we get older, and it doesn't go away if we have dementia or Alzheimer's. We still need a purpose, and we can all still have that sense of joy, and we can bring laughter into someone's life. So that's really our goal, to create success out of what they can do.
Guys, thanks so much, and I'll make sure to share your contact info, and we look forward to seeing you hopefully live here in the near future.
Sounds
Awesome.
great. Thank you so much, Steve.
Thank you,
All
Steve.
right, you bet.